Ladies and gentlemen, the broadcast buddies, the podcast pals, we are finally all back together again. It has been the last time we posted before the one that was just myself, Tim, and Hetz, and a little bit of Aiden was October of last year. It has been that long since the five of us have gotten together for a podcast, but it is definitely good to be back. How are you doing tonight, gentlemen?
We are here.
Very quiet, apparently. Not as excited as me.
Whoa.
Wait, was that a question?
Was that a question or a statement?
I
don't know what's going on for $1,000.
You're supposed to have a prepared answer for this.
Yeah.
We rehearsed this.
The square root of pi.
As typical, no one practiced their lines. So we will be improving the entire show.
Yeah, that's going to be a different from our usual heavily scripted shows.
It'll be a big adjustment for all of our viewers.
Yeah, for sure. But
the three that are left.
Wait, you have that many?
I mean,
Eddie.
Can we get 3 likes on the video?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit that
Minerva
thumbs up.
and Minerva's old.
Don't you mean?
But
oh, never mind. We won't go there.
No.
I'm changing the subject. We are on the precipice of yet another eMLB season. We are about to. Yeah, precipice. You like that?
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Precipice.
Guys, throwing me off. On the verge. We have just finished the last spring training games of the 2029 spring season. We are about to have opening day 2029 this upcoming Sunday, and we are here to give our lockdown predictions for the season so that you don't even need to worry about paying attention to the rest of the season, because we're just going to tell you how it's going to happen right now.
Oh, great.
Exactly.
You can make bets right off all of this.
Yeah,
and give great in-depth analysis.
Yeah, exactly. We have prepared extensively for weeks upon end to give you this content. Right.
I have one quick question right out of the gate here tonight, because again, this is the first time we've been together in a long time. Prediction show. I want to know, Brenden, are we going to see the return of the coin?
The coin.
Yes. The sixth man.
Or is it the fifth man that replaces Brenden?
Hey, someone's got to flip the coin.
Yeah, someone's got to flip the coin. Yeah,
hey, that's right. The coin is our sixth man off the bench, you know?
That's right.
He's our sixth man of the year.
Yep.
I mean, if the coin could flip itself, like, come on.
Yeah.
If we could all flip ourselves, right?
We might put the coin in charge of the Orioles, and it might win more than 81 games.
If they win exactly 81 games, that would be hilarious.
I mean, that would be no better or worse than the Orioles the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's
true. Somebody should do a test one season, the Costanza test. You know, the opposite of everything you think you want to do with your team.
Yeah.
That was kind of my off season.
Maybe that's what's an off season. Maybe that's the long form experiment going on in Kansas City right now.
Are you just gonna? Why is it got allergies in Kansas City?
Because that's.
Oh, JR, have you seen the latest waiver wire?
JR spit out his drink, and I almost succeeded.
I have not downloaded the new file to see the latest waiver wire.
Your favorite player, Mike Yastrzemski, is on the waiver wire.
Oh, man, after that big Winter League performance.
All right, well, why don't we just jump into this before we get any more off the rails?
Yeah, keep us on the rails here, Andrew.
Ooh, Keegan Thompson.
You guys don't understand how hard it is to keep these guys on topic. Or maybe you do. I don't know.
Squirrel!
Squirrel!
4-hour podcast later.
One eternity later.
All right, so as we normally do, we take turns picking which team to talk about and where they're going to slot in on our your standings predictions. And we will also do our playoff teams and our World Series champions as well. So I guess we'll just go from top to bottom here. I will start out with The Washington Nationals. Let's start with them. So for me, I think the Nationals won a little bit more than they should have last year. Their pitching still concerns me. They still got a lot of great bats. But in terms of this year, I'm going to have them slotting into, what did I have? I have them in 4th in the NL East. Brenden?
All right.
How are you going to coin flip this?
That's actually what I was thinking about. All right.
So
Landscape of the East, I think they're middle of the road. We'll coin flip between 4 and 5. 4 heads, tails, 5s. It is tails. They're going to be in 5. They're going to be in 5th. 5.
All right.
You put them in my spot, Andrew?
Oh, my bad. There you go.
Well, to be fair, you both look alike. You know what they say. Nationals are in 4th for me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how many use the coin moving forward.
Yeah. Nationals are in 5.
Okay, you're making a big deal about me putting it in 5.
Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
He was going to do it too.
Oh, God. I'm so glad we're all back
on the
together.
first team and off to a great start.
I would probably put them in 5 as well. I think they could get as high as 3 if things go well, but I think they're probably more around the 5th spot there.
Were they 3rd ahead of you guys last year?
Yeah, they finished just ahead of me last year, so they were in the 3rd slot.
Gotcha.
Let's refresh ourselves with some 2028 standings.
Yes. So the Nationals last year ended up
1 and 71, ahead of the 90 and 72 Reds. Yeah,
they were the 3rd wildcard team out of 4.
Yeah,
it appears to be the case.
Yeah, because JR, you were the 4th wildcard team, right?
Yeah, because I honestly was really disappointed that kind of there at the last couple of weeks they pulled ahead of me because I really was trying to avoid having to face either the Phillies or the Pirates.
The Reds actually
first round.
The Reds allowed 104 fewer runs and only scored 43 less. So a little bit of good luck going to the Nationals.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how their ace, was it Narita, develops. But I don't know if they have a lot of depth pitching wise behind him. They'll always have a solid lineup. That's kind of how they've built.
Yeah, that core of that lineup has stayed together. I mean, and they're still performing really well. I think it's going to come down to the pitching, both the rotation and the bullpen.
Yeah, like they have a decent Narita, Boggs, Diggs are decent, but then after that you have a developing Kerry Wright, Kaitaro Matsui is still developing, and then bullpen is just kind of don't even know who their closer is going to be, honestly. So, all right, Brenden, who we got next?
Expos, put them in last.
Oh, geez.
No, I'm sorry. Actually, I lied. I'm sorry. Braves and put them in last. I was looking at I had the wrong team pulled up. My bad. Sorry, GT. I did no preparation for this. I'm sorry.
What about the weeks of preparation? You went on a darkness retreat to prepare for this.
I went on a darkness retreat. However, much like Aaron Rodgers, nothing came out of it.
Except for a torn ACL, or was that what his injury was?
Something like that. Achilles, yeah.
Achilles.
Yeah, I've got the Braves in 8th too. And it's just, it's clear they're in for a massive rebuild. Although they have a ton of prospects. So,
as much as it hurts to put my old squad there, you got to think 8th place.
Yeah, I wonder who is largely responsible for the lack of talent on that team.
Who lit that fuse?
Just staring.
Aiden suddenly remembers why he hasn't been here for a while.
Okay,
that's
Aiden, I only promise I'm going to keep bullying you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's fair.
Yeah, the two staples we know will happen on this podcast is Brenden trashing Aiden and Aiden trashing Cody.
Still to come on this episode.
Stay tuned, Batman.
And that's why I think the Pirates are going to finish in 8th.
Again.
All right, JR, where do you have the Braves?
I'm gonna have them in 7th.
Ooh, you're gonna be the one. You're gonna be the outlier here because I had them in 8th. They are definitely in rebuild mode now. Like you said, they do have some good prospects, but they're not all. They still got to develop. They're not all going to pan out this year.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Nowhere close to that.
Yeah.
All right, so it's my turn. Well, let's do the Tigers.
Tigers.
So for me here, I have them finishing 5th in the AL East.
Ooh.
They're kind of a close, not quite for me. I think and of course Framber Valdez basically gone for the year tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yeah,
not
that was
help.
a bummer.
Yeah. So I see them in 5th. I say it's a gap between them and the top, but that's where they'll land.
I'll throw them in 6th. I think for the same reasons. I feel like there's a very obvious 1-2 at the top of the AL East. Then after that, really 3 through 8, 3 through 7 is all pretty close in the grand scheme of things. So in my opinion, you could take, for lack of a better term, a coin and flip it, and it would put a random generation of teams out anywhere, and I'd be okay with it.
Well, seeing as how that's kind of what OOTP is, it's kind of good
Fair
that you're okay
enough.
with
I feel like baseball is, to be honest.
it. Right. But it's nice that you finally give Brenden his due by, the two of you 1-2 in the AL East. I think that was a nice touch.
I know. Thank you.
More to come later.
Yeah.
Wait
JR,
till you
where
see
you got
who's
him?
in 8th.
I think this AL East is going to be pretty tough. Honestly, I probably have them in 7th. I believe.
So AL East after 1 and 2 was probably my hardest. I had the most difficulty ranking the teams 3 through 8, and I actually put the Tigers in 8th. I think they're going to end up finishing last in the AL East. I think they're in a semi rebuild, whereas the other teams are.
I almost
it's going to
did
be
that
close. I don't think they're going to be like bottom of the league in last place. Like they'll probably be the best out of any of the 8th place teams. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of difference between the number 3 and the number 8 team on my list for the AL East. So
where would you put them? Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna hit put the Tigers in. Let's go with 4th.
Like
much discrepancy.
Like I would say the Tigers are better than 4 teams in the AL West. And
that's where I was headed.
And I almost put them in last place in the East.
So it's funny. We did 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on this. Brenden 4, Tim 5, Aiden 6, JR 7, me 8. So
as a Tigers fan, that's typical.
So it just tells you that this team's kind of hard to read, as well as the rest of the teams in the AL East are kind of hard to read.
That's fair. Let's go to said AL West. Let's talk about the Minnesota Twins. I love what Aaron's doing over there. They're going to finish last in the division. I think they're the best of the 4, so I'm going to put them in 5th.
I think it'd be kind of funny if we have a 4-way tie at the top and the bottom.
You put them in Tim's, Andrew, just so you know.
Yeah.
You can leave it.
Oh, thank you for telling me that ahead of time.
JR?
I've got them in 6th at this point. Like Aiden said, I mean, I think Aaron's doing some good stuff there, and I like some of the the pitching there, especially some of the younger guys. But it's just at the top, there's that ceiling, and then I think a couple other teams have maybe passed them up.
I've got them in 5th as well.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put them at 6. Ditto to what JR said.
All right.
And I think, she's gutting a house that the last renter trashed, and so
It's a big mess to clean up.
Yeah,
It is.
GT did a really
It
good
is.
Yeah.
job.
And yet they
Oh, no,
are
not that previous GM.
right.
Jeez.
No. Whoa. The GM who shall not be named.
Maybe I should send him a screenshot of my record from last year.
There you go. No, but do it from inside a wrestling ring. Fuck that guy.
All right, JR, what team we doing next?
Let's go to the NL West and the San Diego Padres. And I have them in 4th place.
Wow. That is a hot take, I must say.
Damn.
All right, you best explain yourself.
Damn.
Saying all that, I really think the top 4 in this division are pretty tightly packed. But a couple of the moves that Steve's made in the offseason, I think, were moves that benefit his team in the long run, but maybe in the short run are going to cause him some issues with his especially his rotation, losing Bueller and moving Bob Dowd. I think that's going to hurt him a little bit from a rotation standpoint. And, I think he's just bound for a little bit of bad luck or, bad injury or something along those lines. I mean, he's been pretty consistent winner, but I think he's had, pretty good health from a lot of his star players. So I'm just kind of looking at it as maybe a little drop back in the pack a little bit.
Yeah, see, I don't see it that way. When you have a team with Tatis, Kim, and Kim, and not to mention Franmil Reyes in that lineup, that's already a star-studded 4-person lineup that just absolutely can destroy competitions. I think that 4 makes up for lack of depth in pitching. And they've been like that team is like just misses out every single season. But I think they're going to continue to win the NL West like they have been doing. Hopefully they can put it together in the playoffs because they've been so close so many years in a row. I just wonder, what is it going to take to get that team over that hump to get it to the World Series?
Put them in 2.
I have them in 1st. For a lot of the reasons you mentioned, Andrew.
Go Padres. Numero uno.
Well, it looks like of all of us, only myself and JR are non-believers, and JR has significantly less faith than I do.
Yeah, because you still see them making the playoffs at number 2, right?
Maybe.
unless you're taking 4 wildcard teams from the NL East.
I mean, NL East supremacy.
Yes.
There's reasons.
Playoffs?
There's reasons
Talk
called
about playoffs.
the NL East amount of losses.
I mean, it's not like it's the AL West where you have a bunch of teams you can beat up on.
I think that's going to be significantly different this year. I've only got like 1, maybe 2 teams winning 100.
I don't even know who's going to make the playoffs yet. This is touch and go. We're going to figure it out as we go along.
Yeah, we're calling this in the ring here.
This is Vince McMahon and Gorilla during a Money in the Bank match going, no, make this guy win. No, make this guy win.
Yeah, pal. Goddamn.
All right, so I guess it's back to me.
I guess.
Back up top.
Back up top. Back to the top of the lineup. Have we gone batted around yet? That was a nice argument we've had before.
Oh God.
Nothing all the way up.
Let's go back to the AL East and let's go with the Red Sox. So I have the Red Sox at number 4. Don't trust their pitching. That's pretty much what it is. And that's kind of been the story for the Red Sox for a long time.
All right, who's in this division?
Who's in the division that you're in? I don't know.
That was just that was meant to be funny. Put him at 6.
Every time I pick them lower than 4th, they make the playoffs. So 4th.
Are you trying to keep them out of the playoffs?
More so than my team ever could. Yes.
All I'm saying is that if you're gonna pick, if you were to guess where the magic beans get dispersed, I'd say a lot of them fall in the Fenway area. So,
I guess someone has to be different. I'm going to put them in 7th.
Ooh, big drop.
Big drop. I think I'm gonna go 5th with them. I really don't like that pitching staff at all.
I thought it interesting that he put was it Diaz and who else on the trade block?
Was it Pepe Clark?
Pepe Clark and Diaz on the trade block, and we haven't heard anything from him since. I wonder what
Does
teams
anybody
actually went
feel-
after that.
Does anybody feel like they're the Nationals of the American League?
Yes.
Those two teams
Yeah.
are built very similar.
Yeah. And they have very similar I feel like they're very similar GMs.
Yeah. I think and I mean, credit to Billy, I guess, that he was willing to put Diaz out there on the block, but I feel like a different GM may have blown that up by now, and really tried to like shake that roster up a little bit.
Do you think he would have been dealt by now?
Sucks. I feel like the team is run deliberately to be as anti what the real life Red Sox are as possible.
Yeah, yeah, could be.
Oh. Well, then why aren't we picking them to win the whole thing?
Well, on the field results are not exactly the same thing. Let's just go ahead and pay everyone to stay instead of trading.
Gotcha.
Well, if that was the case, he wouldn't have traded away Devers then, right?
Oh, come on, shut. Actually, I don't think he did trade away Devers. Devers walked, didn't he?
Would Bill
he
Simmons like
No,
this
because that's
team?
how we got Pepe Clark.
For 1 year, yep.
Would Bill Simmons like that team?
No, Bill Simmons wouldn't like the team.
No, probably not.
He's a Boston sports fan.
What are they doing?
Yeah,
Doesn't sound.
they've been trying to get pitching for 4 years.
For 4 years.
I'm telling you, they should have let Mookie pitch.
All right, let's go back to the West and let's just go ahead and start the shit show. We'll do number 1, and I would like to see the Mariners succeed in the fictional universe to some degree.
Oh, the AL West. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did I say the West?
No, you just said the West, and Tim's saying we were the show.
I meant the AL West. My bad. Let's put him at 2nd.
The Mariners in 2nd?
Yeah. I want to see the Mariners succeed, at least in the imaginary universe, if they're not going to do it in real life.
So they trade away Serrano and end up getting better.
Well, to be fair, they picked up a lot of nice pieces.
They did, but not most of them are not MLB ready yet.
James
Bond and Grumpy are. The rest of what they got back are not.
I don't feel like there's any way at all to call what's going to happen. So let's just do this.
Fair enough. I have Seattle in 4th.
I have Seattle in 3rd.
I still don't see them breaking up in those top 3 teams. So I probably go. Yeah, we go 4th.
Yeah, it's that clear line between the top 4 and the bottom 4, and I have them at 4.
You guys put analysis into it.
I mean, kind of what I said earlier. They traded away Serrano, who was one of their best players. They definitely improved their pitching staff by adding Grumpy, but Bond is obviously a downgrade from Serrano. I think what it comes down to for the Mariners is their role players stepping up, and I don't think they have as many high-performing role players as the Angels, Astros, and Rangers do. I think they will be better this year than they were last year because they definitely improved the rotation with Grumpy. I just think they just don't, talent wise, they still have some ground to make up with the other three teams.
But they did add talent that could eventually get them through that ceiling.
Absolutely.
I believe for sure.
Absolutely.
Could, I mean.
Yeah, I like their long term. 2-3 years down the road. Is it my turn?
It's you, Timmy.
Oh shit. San Francisco Giants. Oh yeah, I have to tell you. Damn.
It's usually how this works.
Oh, sorry. I have them in 5th.
Okay, dropping a couple spots. What was their record last year? I know they just missed the playoffs. I think they were in 3rd in the NL West, if I remember correctly, but they missed out on
Isn't Candela out for the whole year?
3 or 4 months.
So the first third of the year.
No,
Okay.
3 to 4 months. That's going to be 2/3 of the year.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah,
I did my math wrong. I didn't realize Candela was injured. Actually, did that just happen?
Torn UCL, so probably not.
No, it was. I thought it was.
Candela's not injured. Oh, Ethan, I'm looking at the wrong Candela.
He's looking at Cam.
I'm looking at Cam. Whoops.
You and your catcher fetish.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I've got a Cam back there.
Yep. That's what she said.
He's not a lefty.
Yeah, I just think that kind of throws things out of kilter for them, and so I think they're in 5th.
Aiden?
5th.
Yeah, I've got 5th also. I think if Candela was healthy, I'd have them 2nd or 3rd, fighting for the division. I mean, depending on when he comes back, maybe he can help them make a late run to try to get a wild card. But that's just a big piece to be missing when pitching is really what they rely on.
Right.
So here's the funny thing. I was the one that wasn't even paying attention to the injury to Ethan Candela, and I actually already had them in 6th.
You're actually
wow.
I think there's a team that finished below them last year that made a lot of strides to move up into 5th place, and that pushed the Giants down to 6th for me.
I find it funny for myself that I put no effort into this, and that the Giants were the one team I kind of knew where I was going to slot them, and I picked 5, and I thought I was being original, and it turns out I was not.
You were original. We just went ahead of you.
Oh, gee.
See, right now, the NL West is really funny because it's just JR going. We're all like, copy our homework, but JR is the one who just changed it a little bit.
Yeah, because he doesn't trust us.
No.
I mean, why would you?
Girls' paper in front of him. We know.
Oh, DoorDash.
DoorDash.
Brendan,
Right.
I never called the waitress from
She was oh my god, to quote Moneyball, she was a 6 at best.
Yeah. Well, she was a Cincinnati 7.
But
Hey,
But
hey,
does
buddy,
she?
So in Toledo,
I spent a week in
Hold
that
on.
city. I spent a week in that city. Probably a Cincinnati 9.
Wow, it's not that. It's not that.
Wow.
It's not as bad as the big girls
She's
in San
she's a
Antonio. but
Cincinnati.
it's-
So she's a Cincinnati 7. Which, if she's a Cincinnati 7, it makes her a Toledo 9.
Well, it was an Indiana 8. She was an Indiana.
Oh, okay. 8. But
I
Also,
apologize
are
to
we
all
any-
the populations that we are naming here.
Hey, I'm
Are
from
we any
I'm
better
from
at that
Indiana.
than about baseball? Just curious.
I'm from Indiana. I can say things like that.
Now the question is, how many plates of Skyline do we think she could have put down in one sitting?
No, let's rate them by plates of Skyline.
0 out of 5 plates of Skyline.
Yeah.
She was a chili spaghetti.
Okay. Okay, so a classic. You can't go wrong.
She wasn't three-way worthy, if you know what I mean.
So chili spaghetti. In other words, Wednesday night you got home late from work. You just need something to get you. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know what? I'm kind of bored. They don't got anything going on this weekend.
She's a routine. She's like a routine, bloop single to the right fielder.
Yeah.
I do feel
Gets the job done, but it's not flashy.
there's
How did
zero
we get
chance
here?
this ever makes it back. There's zero chance this is ever seen by anyone outside of our immediate little circle. But I still feel a little bad.
Which is bad enough, right?
No, I'm keeping this in.
Good. You should. We're all terrible people here.
All right,
Look,
so my turn.
The other crap that's on YouTube, I wouldn't cut this out.
That's fair. That's fair. There's a lot worse than us on YouTube.
It's a shame we didn't get a chance to track down the old lady that kept talking to Brendan in the scout.
Oh my
seats.
god.
That cougar had a little crush on me.
Yeah, no, that right there might be among the most uncomfortable experiences in my life.
Yeah.
What is this
I'm telling
podcast
you, I
become?
could have been a
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah. Imagine somebody who could be like, your mom's older aunt and
Oh,
Oh God.
Your mom's
yeah, your
So-
mom's aunt.
Specifically,
Oh.
Andrew, specifically your mom's aunt.
But we were also very close to Connor Phillips's girlfriend, who was a anywhere 10.
she was a true 10.
Well, okay, maybe not a 10, but she was definitely way higher than a Cincinnati 7.
So Cincinnati 14 then?
Yeah, she was all the way live, as some people say.
She was deserving of the three-way from Skyline.
Oh, she was like a 4-way.
I like to know. We haven't.
I don't even know who's supposed to pick the team next.
I think it's my turn. Did Tim pick the Giants?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, it's my turn. I'll go ahead and get a bottom feeder out of the way.
You guys are so mean.
Let's go ahead and go with Colorado Rockies, and I'll put them at 8.
Colorado Rockies. I kind of like some of the guys on their team and some of what they've done. I'm going to probably put them at 7.
Yeah, I also have them at 7. They have some pretty good young outfielders specifically that are taking advantage of Coors Field. They still need to figure out how they can get pitchers to do well at Coors, though.
You know what? It's really awesome. I get a chance to use the coin again.
7 or 8.
Magic coin. Which side of the Giants do they land on? Heads
Ooh.
better, tails worse. Heads. Let's go ahead and put them above the Giants.
At 4.
What?
Wow.
The coin has spoken.
The coin has spoken.
Does the coin think Jeanette is ready for the majors?
The
Because
coin.
I kind of
The
do.
coin hasn't looked at the file in 3 months.
But
No.
does the
What's a
coin
file?
really need to?
What's a file?
Coin has
What's a
better.
trade?
The coins have
I
better.
have Colorado. I have Colorado in 7.
All right, JR.
Well, let's go from the outhouse to the penthouse. And I'm sorry. Is it Mike? Is it Mike as Colorado? I'm sorry, Mike. I think it's Mike,
It is.
right?
It is.
Yeah.
Mike.
I do like what you're doing with that team, Mike. It's just a long road.
Twerky
So
bacon.
stay strong. Stay crispy.
Maury's contract will end soon. Don't worry.
Let's go with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I have them winning the NL East.
I think we all probably do.
The
I'm sorry. Have you met Aiden?
Fine. All of us who don't have a personal vendetta.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Yes, I also have them winning the East.
So do I.
What happened to my camera?
Who am I to stand in the way of that? Yeah.
And then Brenden also.
Tell us how it's really going to happen, Aiden.
This hurts. This hurts my soul. This hurts me deep down inside.
Is this like when your dad said this is going to hurt me worse than it hurts you?
Yes.
Okay.
But you know what, Cody? I have respect for you, and I can't deny what you're doing.
If you all right, let me just put this out there. If you're denying what he's doing after winning back-to-back World Series, you're just insane or just not paying attention.
Cody, I will give you first place with the sheer hope that this is some reverse psychology shit and you finish in 8th. My best friend is here. Hi, Apollo.
I don't know. Short of them being rained out 80 games, I don't think there's a chance.
Got to play all the tiebreakers now.
We all know how OOTP loves tiebreakers.
All right, I'm gonna break the ice on teams that are represented on this podcast.
Oh, good.
Let's go Brendan's O's. So Brenden, despite you not making a lot of moves in the offseason, if any, really, I really like your pitching staff. I have you finishing 3rd in the East, mostly based on your pitching staff.
I did sign Brandon Dieter.
Okay, well, that wasn't a tipping point, but
yeah.
All right, the coin will speak, but the coin will not. I will not tell you what the coin is saying before I do it. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
So is it really the coin then?
Yeah. No. Because I already have the slots picked out. The coin's just picking which one.
Okay.
Heads good, tails bad. It's heads. We're 5th. It was which side of the Red Sox do we land on?
Gotcha.
Oh, me.
I genuinely don't think that we're very good. I think that you probably could let the coin run the Orioles for a season, and they might do better.
Let me also preface this. Remember, I said earlier 3 through 8 in the AL East was really hard for me to rank. Like there's not a lot of space between 3 and 8, so you could easily fall down from 3 for me.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. I have them in 6th, but the thinking is the same. 3 to 8 is virtually interchangeable.
I've got them in 5th.
I got 4th. I do really like that pitching staff, and there's potential for the offense to really come through and move it up higher.
I think Jack Parkman's probably ready to be on the roster for opening day.
Yeah, you throw Parkman in there with Bluth, with Spence. Yeah, I think there's a lot of nice pieces in the outfield, that could contribute. I mean, I think there's definitely talent there to have a bounce back year.
And Espinoza is a second baseman I wish I had. And I have Royce Lewis, so
I still maintain that I probably have the best non all CCP infield. I only have one non CCP in there, but
it's not getting boosted anymore. So
no, neither one are.
Oh yeah, they're 2 technically. Yeah,
but genuinely, I probably have the best infield between Blue, Spence, and Espinoza.
Yeah,
that's a really good infield. Yeah,
that'll help save a couple runs. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no center fielder. Kike Bradfield will just stand out there and hopefully not be terrible.
Stand. Don't hit it to me. Don't hit it to me.
He's that guy with the helmet. He's that guy with the helmet from Benchwarmers.
Victor Robles opted out of signing where?
I believe with the Brewers.
Yeah, Milwaukee for less money than he was going to get paid. That was a pro gamer move right there by Victor Robles. He opts out of his contract and takes less money.
Not bitter at all.
Isn't that like the second time?
This is the first time I realized that he signed somewhere else.
But isn't that like the second time that's happened with him? Because when he left,
yeah,
because when he left the Nationals, it was basically a bargain deal at the end.
Well, then
What's his
he signed with
intelligence
he
rating?
signed with the Twins at
And then
one
he was
point
with-
too.
And then he was with the Cubs, and then he was with me for a year, and now he's on his fourth team and that's his fifth team in 5 years.
Yeah, he's been on a different team the past 5 seasons.
But wasn't that Twins move? Wasn't that a sign of absolute genius from a certain
was.
GM?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know anything about baseball. Okay, gotcha.
That was the best season that he's had. Oh, since no, that was Washington.
Oh my God.
Wrong
Okay,
line.
so
Wrong line.
this will be the second straight year that he opted out of his contract to go sign a worse deal somewhere else.
to go sit at the top of that top free agents thing in the off-season page
Yeah.
for about 2
Talk-
months. 2 months.
Talk
in
about
game.
talk about somebody who needs a new agent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Apparently, Scott Boras is not representing him.
yeah.
Mom, what did you do?
And apparently Scott Boras
bad.
is representing Tyler O'Neill because he has yet to sign.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right, let's keep the ball rolling. Let's go with D-backs. D-backs, like a bunch of D-bags, are probably going to finish at the bottom.
What he said.
I'm sorry.
No,
What
you're
he
not.
said.
Don't lie.
No,
I am a little sorry.
you don't need to be. I have them in 8th as well.
No, not for
And
putting him at 8.
And I should know.
I got him in 7th.
Misguided. I did sign the we have Tyler O'Neill at home version by getting Christian Yelich.
Yeah, there you go.
I have the D-backs in 6th.
Ooh,
Ooh.
really? I'm very curious who you have at 8th now.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It's probably going to be me, isn't it?
Fairly obvious choice, I think.
All right. I unfortunately, Tim, I do have you in 8th. I think once you get free and clear of some of those big contracts, you'll be much better off. But
2036, baby. Let's go.
yeah,
No,
like
okay.
the Hayes deal and what was the other one? The Kim deal are kind of albatrosses right now for you.
Yeah, and that's I mean
And Cross, honestly, to this point.
Yeah,
So.
I mean we've got team options in 32 and 33, and I can't see bringing him back even if he got to league average as a batter.
Yeah.
And was still great defensively. I still couldn't give him 30. So
It's a lot of cash.
31.3 over the next 3 seasons per.
Yeah, that's rough.
But so our GoFundMe is
Is I wish I hadn't taken this job.
Commish sitting there. Well, I've tried to give you the Tigers like 8 times, so deal with it.
Hey, props to you. You're sticking to your guns.
Yeah, I mean, you know how, like I said, Minnesota had the bad tenant before, and they were just cleaning out the house. Well, I was the bad tenant the first year or so in Arizona. You know, I didn't value the pitching as much as I should have. So, but
All right,
anyway.
Tim, who are we going to talk about next?
Let us talk about. Let's talk about Portland.
The Stags.
I like what they're doing, and if we ever expand it again, and I honestly don't know why we would, because 32 is just a perfect number of teams in my mind. But I think we should, if there was some kind of way where they could just like build a minor league only, because that's the one thing that's hurting both them and the Expos. But I do have Portland in 6th this year. I see them making big strides.
Aiden?
It is your turn.
I know it is. I don't know where to put Portland, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go 7.
Implying that one of the other two are above them?
Yeah. Which one? We'll wait and see.
Yeah, well, there's a reason I left
Ooh,
the spot open.
mystery. Okay.
I think we all can guess which one it is.
Yeah, sorry, Houston.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, the losing the series jinx doesn't usually hurt that bad.
I've got them at 7. I think Attica's making the slow climb here, which I don't necessarily blame him for, but I don't see much change at the major league level yet.
Yeah, I've got them at 7, and I've been hoping that someone signs O'Neill just so they get that comp pick, because he made the smart move to not re-sign O'Neill for as much as he was asking for.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're still building. They're still trying to find all those pieces, and it's a long road when you're an expansion team like this. So
5.
really,
Whoa.
that's
I'm
big.
not putting either of the other two above the Twins. So in
Fair
reality, I probably should have put the Mariners at 4, and I probably will go back and change it. But I do kind of think that it would be funny if there's a 4-way tie at the bottom of the West.
Well, I don't think it's 4 teams losing 100 games next year in the AL West. I don't think it'll be close to that.
No, I think
All right,
there are teams that are making strides there.
Are we back around to moi?
Yes.
Wait, didn't you pick this?
Yeah.
No,
that was Tim.
Oh,
No,
Tim picked this. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. We look alike. It's fine.
yeah, sorry.
They sound just the same.
We actually call Aiden Little Tim.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
Let's
Tiny
go with-
Tim?
Nah, Little Tim. Tiny Tim's right. Marked.
Let's go with Les Expos de Montreal. And I will put the Montreal Expos in 6th place in my NL East. Think they continue to improve. They're still not there yet.
I unfortunately have them in the 8th spot in the NL East.
I have them in the exact same spot. I've got the other expansion team 7th.
And guess what? I got them in the same spot as Andrew.
And
I will say,
for me, 7th.
I will say I was a little disappointed to see GT trade Joe Olney. I really thought that with Olney and Allman and Gene Hughes that he had, some like a trio of pretty good young starters there that could have built on.
Where did Olney go to?
Where did he go to?
Philly.
Philly.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
What a shock. Yep.
Yeah.
Not a ground ball pitcher, though. That surprised me.
Who's up now?
It would be JR.
JR.
It would be me. Let's see. Let's do the New York Yankees. And
Yankees.
The Yankees. And I have them in last place.
Whoa.
Is that for real?
From playoffs to last.
Yes, I do. I have them in last place.
Are you going to expand on that?
But again, this is for me. I really, and I don't know, Tim, I think maybe said this already. The 3 through 8 teams in that division, I really feel could go a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we've all said it at this point.
Yeah, we probably all said it. So it's I don't see there being a whole lot of separation. It's just I just think that they're kind of the odd team out for me among that mix.
I'm going to repeat what I said on the last podcast about the 2 AL divisions, that all of the AL teams are, especially 3 through 8, are so close to each other that they're just going to beat up on each other, and no one's really going to get an upper hand. And honestly, the AL East is going to be lucky if they have 2 representatives from their division. I don't see them getting more than 2. And with that, I will have the Yankees missing out on the playoffs this year. I have them at 5.
At the 3 spot. That's why I'm holding 3 fingers up.
3. Interesting.
Well, here's the thing. Via the coin flip, the Orioles ended up at 5 instead of 7. So I kind of had to figure out where the rest of the shuffle was going to go. Yankees finished 3rd last year. I feel like it's not that unrealistic.
That's fair.
Yeah, I have them at 3rd also.
There we go. Thank you, Tim.
And I think the AL East does get lucky. I think the Yankees are back in the playoffs.
Ooh,
I got them at 3 as well.
interesting. All right. Let's see. I try to go to the divisions that I try to keep the divisions even as we go. So the AL West it is, because everyone else has 4 so far. Let's just do the Kansas City Royals. I'm gonna put.
Did you just fill that one in across the board?
Yeah,
I mean, I've got him at 8.
Ditto.
Yep.
Likewise.
Okay, you want to pick another one that maybe we'll be able to talk more about?
You want me to pick again?
Honestly,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's stay in the AL West.
We love you, buddy. We love you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see what Dominic Dark does this year for sure. But that's about it. Rangers. I have the Rangers finishing in 3rd. It's such the top 3 teams in the AL West. Just it's so hard to place them, and I just think they're all star-studded lineups. I just think the Rangers are just like a half step behind the Angels and Astros.
Yeah, I'm really depressed that I got really happy about my way out there. I can imagine the Mariners being a good pick, and I'm going to have to backpedal from it. So let's go ahead and start the process of backpedaling from that. I need you to bump them down the spot and put the Rangers where they were.
So you're putting Mariners at 3, Rangers at 2.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, he still have the Mariners in the top 3. That's already impressive. Same with Aiden.
I have the Rangers in 1st.
Ooh, they finally overcome the other 2.
That's kind of my feeling. Yeah.
I mean, it's not far fetched. They were in the World Series 2 seasons ago. So
no, it's not. And I mean, it's the toughest top 3 in any of the divisions.
Every year, there's a team that gets hit by the injury bug. Random number generation for me has decided that Texas is going to be that team. They're going to finish 4th.
I have them 3rd again. I think they're pretty tightly packed, but like Angie said, I think for me it's their pitching is maybe just a step below the Angels and Astros. That's what drops them to 3 for me.
All right. Well, intentionally to bug Andrew by lopsiding the board, I'm going to go with another AL West team.
As soon as I said that, I knew someone was going to do that.
Astros 4th.
Wow. I'm curious as to why you think they'll fall to 4th.
I think a combination of attrition. Like Aiden said, the injury bug is going to hit somebody. And why the fuck not?
I mean, they just added Bradford. So
okay, cool. But they lost Elvis.
I think it's an upgrade, at least in the short term.
Yeah, probably. But you know what?
I have them in 3rd.
And has them at the top.
Until Ben proves me wrong otherwise, he will stay at the top.
Yeah, I have to put them in the top spot. I think they're going to battle it out with the Angels again, but somebody's got to prove Ben wrong.
I mean, the funny thing is, the AL West has had the representative in the World Series how many years in a row, and the last two weren't the Astros.
Yeah.
So I've got them second.
Actually, the last three in a row, and it's gone Angels, Astros, or Angels, Rangers, Astros.
Yeah, the past three. Yep.
Yeah.
So are you saying that the cycle is just going to keep repeating itself? It's going to be those three. Now
Very
it's back to the Astros.
Very well could be. Who knows?
I mean, there's finally some competition in the AL East for them, but it's a long season to get there.
Yep. All right, Tim. What team?
Let's go back here to the NL West and do the Dodgers. And I have them at third place.
Third.
It's the Dodgers. I mean, that's kind of where they are. They're not as good as the top two teams, and they won't fall too far. So,
I think they're a third place team. I think like you said, it's kind of Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Dodgers in second place.
Whack.
I think they're. I think their rotation. I think their rotation is still pretty strong, and I think that they improved their offense here in the offseason. I think Antonio Alvarez is going to have a big bounce back year in a new spot. I really like the Dodgers.
Wait, they got Antonio Alvarez?
This is what happens when you don't pay attention to the file, Aiden.
I have reasons.
I know you do. I'm just saying that's what happens. I didn't say it was bad or anything.
That's it.
So
No, you know what? Out of protest, put the Dodgers down in 6th. I'm kidding. Don't actually do that. Please don't actually do that.
Okay.
Aiden right now sounds like one of those 8-year-olds on a mic in a Call of Duty lobby. They're, speakers popping as he's talking. Well, that's what your mom said to me last night.
Put them down in 6th.
All right. So I am along the same mindset as JR. They made a lot of good moves that I like this offseason. I'm putting them in second. They added Alvarez, who you mentioned. They added Bo Bichette, who was the consensus top free agent on the market. And they added Andrew Vaughn, one of the best hitters on the market, to already add to their lineup with D-Mac, Rob Deere Jr.,
Camacho at catcher is going to be a big upgrade.
Yes, Camacho is now going to start at catcher. That's been one of their weak spots the past few seasons has been catcher. He's going to solidify that position for them. I see them jumping up to number 2 in the NL West this season.
What am I 3?
3 hole.
I looking through what their roster is. I vibe with a lot of the points made by JR and Andrew. Cool.
Is it Aiden's turn?
Yeah, because Tim did the Dodgers.
Yes.
That is how the order works.
That is indeed how the order works. Let's go with let's sing Go Cubs Go. Go Cubs Go.
Yeah,
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? A second place finish for you today.
That was so cheesy.
That was really cheesy. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm glad someone does.
No, at least
even though they have a new GM for this season, when you have Danny Smith Jr. leading your team, you're going to go places. And the Cubs are going to be right in the playoffs where the Cardinals will never be again.
Wow.
Just wait till I show you where I have you ranked in mine.
You know what? I think I know exactly where you have me ranked.
Well, the Cubs will forever be 8th place in my heart, but in my standings, they are number 1.
See, this is where JR and I can get along. We may not like each other's teams, but we can both agree we cannot stand the Cubs.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's
Like Brendan
terrible.
and I, hold on,
Wait,
Brendan and I don't like each other's teams, but we can't stand the Yankees.
Did you? I actually missed what place you put them in though. What you put them?
I have them winning the division. Yeah.
Okay. I have them at number 3.
I also have them winning the division.
I have them in number 2.
The math is starting to look very unfavorable for Andrew.
Yeah, I like that Diz kind of held off on the.
Damn, JR, I can't believe you're about to put the Cardinals in last place.
Wow.
Maybe I need to take back what I said about us agreeing on stuff.
Should we just throw them up there? Should we throw the Cardinals in there?
No. We'll let them come around.
Yeah. I have another
Stu.
one of the broadcast buddies teams in mind for us next, which is the Tampa Bay Rays, who I have in the 3rd slot in the AL East.
Wow.
I do think, and I'm not just saying this because it's Aiden, I do think that there was a lot of bad luck with that team last year with some guys underperforming that I think are going to bounce back, and there's still, some top end talent in the rotation enough to carry that team a bit. So I have them in 3rd slot there.
Also, just like to point out, finally, after waiting 2.5 seasons, Doc Luger will return this year. Let's go!
Inspirational story there.
Yeah, but it'd be
It really
the
is.
end of the year. But
You know what? He still returns this year.
yeah, not in
He'll
time
be-
to save. Not in time
he'll
to
be-
save your season though. 7th place.
Yeah, he'll be
Wow.
he'll be selling programs, but yeah, he'll be back.
Look, I'm
Oh.
just happy he's back. That was
Right.
the first big injury that hit me, and I cried for days. It's okay.
I'm undecided on how much a pirate and a vegetable will be able to keep the White Sox out of last. But I do the original plan, Aiden.
It took me a second.
Aiden, the original plan was that
Was to
you
put me in
lost. Well, that you lost the coin flip with me. But I decided to change that plan and put the Rays in last. Again, a pirate and a vegetable.
It's VeggieTales
I'm very
all
confused.
over again.
We are the pirates who don't do anything.
Tim with the greatest thing anyone has ever said. We're gonna rename him to the Chicago VeggieTales.
I have Tampa in 7th.
And for those of you confused as to what's going on, there's a player on the White Sox named Broccoli,
And another
Literally
one
his
named
last name is
Jorge
Brown.
Barboza.
and pirate is Jorge Barboza. Yes.
You know what? I think a Jew and a Canadian can keep him afloat, so I'll go with 4th place.
That seemed out of left field.
Who's
Well,
the-
you're saying a pirate and a piece of broccoli.
Yeah, that
Ron
made
Smith,
sense,
the
though.
Canadian, and Aiden Pearson, the Jew.
It's not as obvious though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, I do want to point out that y'all still got Wander Franco on this name. So
It was
his legal future is still in question.
In this league,
allegedly.
he's legally fine. In this league, he's legally fine.
No, in this league, he just never got caught.
So neither did Felipe Vasquez.
All
He's
right.
still in the league.
Yep. being a
Moving
nightmare.
on.
And Andrew, it's your turn.
Oh, it is my turn. Yeah. Okay.
eMLB lawyers are on the phone. What should I tell them?
Ben, are you there? All right, let's do the Miami Marlins. Where's my list? I've lost my list. There's my list. It's 5th place for the Marlins. I'm clicking on the wrong screen. That would help if I clicked in the right place.
That would probably be very useful.
Yeah. Marlins made a ton of moves this offseason, and they also gave out the largest contract we've ever seen outside of Maury. And maybe Suzuki. But since then, this has been the largest contract given out. And I just don't know how it works for them. They have a lot of young guys ready to hit the majors, so I think they're going to start making some strides, which is why I have them in 5th and not lower. But I still think it's going to take them some time to gel.
I'm aware it's my turn.
But where to put you?
So many choices.
What are you doing, JR?
All right, put them in 3rd.
3rd. Dang, the coin.
Yep, they won a coin toss against somebody.
See, because unlike Maury and Seiya Suzuki, Red Dit can actually play baseball.
This is true.
So I don't care so much about how much they spent. I think that's fine. That said, I feel like a lot of their moves that they have made, other than that, are just kind of stopgap to get them somewhere else. I think there's a bigger plan, but it doesn't happen this year. 6th,
It's shuffling deck chairs.
possibly.
I love what Miami does, and I think they're putting butts in seats this year and finishing in 4th place.
I still can't fathom guys making $57 million a year in a contract, and I'm going to go into the night kicking and screaming about these contracts. But I do really love.
Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
I do love what Eddie has done with this team, and I have them in 3rd place also.
I mean, let's face it, Red Dit is now making director of communications money, right?
I wish.
That's why JR he's worried that they're going to eat into his contract.
Yeah.
I got to enjoy Trey Griffey's last year with the Reds this season. That's all.
Ooh.
Oh,
I refuse to give a contract like that. I just refuse.
Interesting.
Was that your pick, Andrew?
His DMs are open, chat.
All right. Let's go back to the AL East. We'll be boring and we'll pick a good team. Let's go with Blue Jays. And I'm going to go ahead and put them at number 1. And I didn't need to do a coin flip for that one. I just did a mental coin flip.
Nicely done.
Didn't need to do a coin flip. Did a mental coin flip. Okay.
Existential money. And speaking of, I think William H. Money is going to give. I think he's going to win the Cy Young this year. But I'm putting the Blue Jays in 2nd because I don't want to jinx them. Hi, Granddad.
all I see is for all you wrestling fans, WrestleMania 39, just Shane McMahon running out, doing the shuffle, and then tearing his quad right as he gets into the ring. They're gonna stumble their way into 1st place somehow. Here comes the money.
You know what?
That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm so motivated by that. Change mine to number 1.
Yeah,
That was the speech I needed. Thank you.
yeah, baby. And the word Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Blue Jays winning the division. I love Harris's team, and I will go ahead and say they are my World Series champions this year.
Oh, way to jump ahead to the end.
All right.
I also have them winning the division, but I do think that they're going to need to make a move at the deadline to add some bullpen help. That's
so
their
wait,
weak
there's
spot.
going to be a pitcher on a flight to Toronto? That's awesome.
Never
Jose
heard of that
Leclerc?
before.
Jose Leclerc,
Unfortunately,
back to
we'll
back.
probably end
You
up
are
being
a
a random
Toronto Blue
billionaire
Jay.
again.
Hey, Aiden. Leclerc
Yeah.
has 10-5 rights. He ain't waving it.
Sorry,
'Cause-
I just feel like that's the running joke at this point. Leclerc,
Oh, it is.
You are a Houston Astro. Wait, you have 10-5. Leclerc,
No.
you are a Blue Jay. Wait, you have 10-5.
I mean, guess who? I found out about the Siri injury through a DM before I found out in GM news. Let's just put it that way.
This guy has 10-5, but he may waive it. So if you want to talk trade now, you can.
I'm tried that with Lewis, and it ain't working out. because he does not want to leave.
Yeah, why would he?
Cardinals home cooking.
We didn't play well last year.
Yeah, but winning is
Because he enjoys the shitty Kansas City barbecue, or the St. Louis style barbecue, I should say. I said the wrong city in my head. Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't work.
you definitely messed that up.
I did.
It's barbecue.
like-
It can't be that bad.
Right?
I mean, I would say if you wanted to take a shot at something St. Louis, take a shot at Emo's Pizza. I don't like that.
Fuck is
I like Emos. Emos is good. I like the Provel.
The Provel's fine. I don't like thin crust.
Oh.
Oh, that's fair.
Anyway,
I heard.
Alright.
I heard
Who's up?
emos are pretty good.
Elmo's what?
Emo's. Anyway, moving on.
Where's,
Alright,
the,
who's up?
where's the technical difficulty screen when you need it?
It's right here. I had to say that from the last episode. Courtesy of Aiden, we have a new technical difficulties sign.
Run it again.
That's not just our technical difficulty sign. That's a mission statement.
I think he's gonna start crying here in a minute.
Oh.
I don't even know where we are anymore.
Honestly, we are a bunch of guys who are very, very tired at the end of a very long day. Talking
Well,
about
let's just go
baseball.
division by division. Let's just finish the divisions out.
It's
All right,
Tim's turn. He gets to pick where we start.
Okay. Well, then let's who's left? Okay. Angels. Let's get this one out of the way. That's a quick one.
All right. Well, I can.
Unless
go ahead and-
anybody's going below 500, I think they're either first or second.
I think we can actually confidently fill in everybody's AL West right now.
Correct.
I think we can as well.
Aiden has them in second. Brendan has them winning.
Oh, wait, hold on. What makes you think I was putting them at one?
Because that was the spot you had left, and you're not putting them above. You're not putting the A's at the top.
No, you're right.
Not yet.
Tim,
But wait, do they
Tim,
get
it's a-
on base?
and
The
Tim
Angels
has them
do.
in second. JR
Yes.
has them in second, and I have them in first.
Tom.
Is this the evil empire of the eMLB, or is that the Astros or the Pirates? I don't know.
It's the Pirates.
It's the Pirates right now. No.
Mhm.
Pirates, because
Those
I
are the
hate them.
monsters of the MLB.
Look. If you trade a pitcher like Clisby away, and you still have one of the top rotations in the league,
Yeah.
I think we're
Well,
doing pretty good.
did you read Tom's article on the Discord
Mhm.
about all the pitchers that had left? And I looked at that roster the other day, and I'm like, what did you have 20 guys on the roster last
Why
year?
do you think? Why do you think I pushed so hard to get Allenson from him? But now True
Yeah.
Blood's turned into a top prospect. I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
I know,
I didn't want to give up True Blood, but he wouldn't go through with the Allenson deal unless he got True Blood back, and you see why.
Sure.
I know. I
That's
kept
okay.
trying to get Cal Maduro from him for like 2 seasons because he could be a starter somewhere, and he's just a reliever for him. I'm like, God, this guy should be starting for somebody.
Yeah, now he's the 5th starter in LA, where he could be like 2 or 3 on a bunch of other stats, maybe in 1 on a few.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we're not even talking about his offense. We have Trout, have Ohtani, you have Thornton,
you have the Flash.
you have Kazansky.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Somebody should send the file to Artie Moreno to show him what a real
Angels
Angels
do.
could do. Yeah. What a clown.
I see like the only weak spot they have really is catcher. That's the only spot where I see a weakness.
Yeah, and they can survive that.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
can.
Plus, not to mention, they have a player on their team whose name is Cletus. Right
Oh,
there.
automatically.
Yep. Came from the Diamondbacks, went to Cincy, and then over to
They got a Canadian hillbilly.
hey.
Just like the Korean redneck cowboy, Jimmy Wang Yang.
All right, and to round out the AL West, we've got the Oakland A's. Aiden has them in 6th, Brenden in 7th, Tim in 7th, JR in 5th, and myself in 6th.
Wow.
So JR, why do you have them in 5th?
I do really like what Oakland did here in the offseason with kind of cherry picking some of these free agents that were still left over there. I mean, there's small moves that aren't going to move the needle a whole lot, but I think it's enough to get them ahead of some of those other teams there toward the bottom. I mean, Cedric Mullins, Kyle Tucker. I mean, yeah, there's some guys there that can still play a bit and at least raise their game up a bit there in Oakland.
Yeah, I would agree, and that's why I have them at 6. I still like the Twins roster better than the A's roster, but I agree the moves that they made this offseason, after all of the controversy we threw at them for wiping the slate clean with all of the contracts that they moved off, they made some pretty smart offseason moves, I'd say. Not overstepping, not going crazy, but just trying to fill some roster spots with some solid signings.
Yeah, because they're still not committed long-term to any of those guys.
Correct. It's like 1 or 2 year deals for all of them, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's face it, cleaning up the rules page, that's worth at least 10 wins right there.
That's true. Thank you. Thank you, 3 Sport, for doing that for us.
Absolutely.
All right, so who's going to decide which division we finish up next? Is it Aiden's turn?
Let's go to the AL East. Yeah, let's go there.
Finish the AL?
Yeah.
All right, so
No.
No,
I want to be different. Let's finish the NL East.
Okay.
There you go.
I can do that too.
All right, Aiden, pick which one we're talking about first.
I'm going to take the Reds. You
Reds.
know what? The Reds, I love them. Put the Red Legs in 2nd in Trey Griffey's last season in Cincinnati, baby.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm also putting them at 2nd.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We're sipping that Reds Kool-Aid.
Hand me a glass.
Here's that red Kool-Aid right here.
Put them in 2nd.
Yeah.
Second.
I see a motivated JR.
Oh man, the pressure's on. I have them in 3rd.
Boo.
You're just trying to be different.
I mean, I can show you my screen where I set up everything all the time.
Okay, you could have edited it at any given point in time during the show, including right just now.
Explain yourself.
I think the Phillies made some really good moves this offseason as well to keep them in that 2nd spot. Now, I really like what you did, JR, as well, adding Correa, adding Clisby. So it's going to be close at the top. You definitely make the playoffs. There's no doubt you're going to make the playoffs here. I just think the Phillies also made moves to improve their roster that just kept them just slightly ahead of you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but you don't believe it.
Yeah. It's fair, but it's bullshit.
Yes, and now I've solidified my spot at the number 8 spot on JR's.
Oh, yeah. What was that ever in doubt, really? You're just playing for draft picks at this point.
Hey, for the first time in 3 drafts, I don't have the 22nd pick. I've had the 22nd pick consistently for multiple seasons in a row. Now I have 12.
All it took was a losing season.
Exactly. All right, JR, are we doing the Phillies or the Mets next?
Phillies, I've got them in 4th. They definitely made some moves. I don't know. I just am not totally sold still on their offense. I think there's there's potential there for some guys to have some drop-offs there.
You can leave it, but you put it in mine instead of JR's.
Oh. I mean, the same spot was open, so.
Yeah, and it's the same answer, but yeah.
My bad.
You're bad.
I have them in 3rd. This feels like this is a great regular season team that always seems to find a way to slip up in the playoffs.
Oh, like the Padres.
Yeah, kind of. And I feel like a lot of they made some good moves, and I also see a lot of tinkering to just kind of maybe throw it over to the next level. And I don't know really what it got them. So,
Aiden, I'm assuming you have them in third.
Of course I do. I mean, I love what Hebrew does with that team. I think that they're going to still make the playoffs. But I think they are not the same as the Dodgers in real life, but they're unless they change something up, I don't know. I don't know what will happen with them, and I just don't see them making a deep run, but I see them making a playoff berth with their overpaid closer.
And as I was talking about the Reds, I have the Phillies in second. I just want to point out, I know we were kind of saying we're not sure about their hitting, but if you look at their pitching, Ethan Knight, Dante Haversham,
Overrated.
Corbin Coe.
Overrated, overpowered, and
over easy.
Over easy. Oh, yeah. I couldn't think of anything else.
All right. They also have Andrew Hunter, who is a solid number 4, who would be a 2 or 3 in a lot of other rotations.
Mm-hmm.
We're just shit posting at this point.
They apparently they have a really good rotation, and I think that's what's going to carry them. Yeah. And we all know how I like pitching more than offense, pitching and defense.
And I get it. The Phillies have come in. Hebrew came in and he's had a plan from the beginning.
And just
he's
look at the trade that he made for Max Ortiz. Like we all agree that he overpaid, but we weren't surprised that he was the one that overpaid for it.
Right.
Because Ortiz is the stereotypical player that Hebrew goes after.
Yeah. But it's like the Larios deal kind of made me like,
he's got the money, so what?
I get it, but I now watch him win the Cy Young. But
I think he's going to be a reliever, so good luck.
Hey.
Yeah, he doesn't even have him on his major league roster, I don't think, to start the season.
Well, people don't add them to the 40-man until they'll sim right before, if they're not on the 40-man yet. So, I see him on the major league roster right now, and I just downloaded the file. So, we'll see. He's being paid money, so he has to be on the 40-man at least. But he's got all 3 options, so who knows? All right, and last but not least,
he can pay for the team flight in AAA.
Yeah,
all by himself.
Yeah,
that's right. The team bus. All right, the Mets. So Aiden has them in 7th, Brenden in 6th, Tim 5th, JR 6th, and myself also 6th.
Anybody else feel like they're a pitcher away?
Maybe a couple pitchers away.
I think a pitcher, a bullpen piece, and a bat.
I think that these predictions have a 100% chance of being totally wrong in at least a few places. So who knows?
That's fair.
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens when Kim hits the majors. Whenever that will be. I don't know where he's got him right now. He's got him in AA right now. That could be an X factor for them. And I wonder if they're just waiting for Kim to develop the pitching side before they bring him up, because I think he's ready to go as a catcher. But that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. I like him. I like that CCP. He's
all right.
Fun to watch.
AL East or NL West?
Come on. You gotta let the coin
decide.
Let's
let the coin
decide.
Heads AL, tails NL.
And it'll land on
It's heads.
So AL it is. All right, flip again. Guardians or White Sox?
Heads good, tails bad.
Oh man.
It's the White Sox. Let's go ahead and just put them in that 7th spot for me.
Aiden, 8th, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
The Chicago Veggie Tails are not going to be a high finisher this year, but they are going to be better.
I mean,
significantly better. I see them like 65 wins. I mean, that's 25 more than they had last year.
Exactly. I actually have them finishing 6th because, well, actually, I don't know. How did that broccoli injury turn out?
No, it's nothing serious.
Nothing serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 or 5 days.
Oh, he's
I
already
think,
back.
all it was.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
already back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
he's
so we're
locked in.
good. Yeah, I have them.
Yeah.
I have
5-second rule.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
You dropped your broccoli.
You want some cheese on that broccoli? That was pretty cheesy.
No, don't do
Anyway.
that. Somebody threw him cheese in a spring training game, and he got like a 109 exit velocity off of it, off of like a 102 mile an hour fastball. Do not throw cheese at broccoli.
Oh man. All right.
I would not be shocked if they end up finishing like 4th, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I said this on the last podcast. I think they're gonna be a lot better than a lot of people expect them to be. They might even crack 500. So that's why I have them finishing 6th.
I think teams 3 through 8 in the AL East are within 10 wins of each other.
That would not surprise me at all.
That sounds about right. Broccoli and Rodriguez on the same roster. Julio,
Is Julio ready for that? I think Julio might be a year off from the majors, though.
yeah, but I mean, you got 2 number 1 overalls on a team. That covers a
That's
lot of
true.
sins.
But I honestly, from the time that he was picked overall, I thought Rodriguez was a reach. Just based on my scouting anyway. But yeah, the fact that he's got him now, he wasn't one that drafted him, so
yeah.
All right, and then the Guardians. Aiden has them in 2nd. Brenden, we all have them in 2nd.
Yeah, we all got them there.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize we reached a consensus on the Blue Jays
And Guardians.
and well, obviously by default the Guardians as well, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. That they're a really good team. They're definitely going to make the playoffs. But I think the Blue Jays just have a little bit. Yeah, they are. I think so.
Yeah. They're the AL version of the Phillies for me. There's a method to this team, and like Sater follows his blueprint all year.
Yeah, except the Guardians have a better offense,
Yes.
especially with Slambino leading the way. And Jeff Hellman.
I have to say, I am really surprised to see him trade both Barboza and Bradford in the same offseason.
Yeah, but I mean, you got back.
It felt like a money deal. It felt like a little bit of a money deal. Too.
Yeah, they were going to save money. They're saving money by taking on Elvis instead of Bradford, because Bradford was going to ask for top tier money for sure.
yeah, I don't feel like money is much of a problem for teams in this league, at least not in teams in their position. So I don't know. Maybe both was not the right move, although I understand trading Bradford. Sometimes when there's a locker room disturbance, you got to get it out of there. And as reports are that he did not agree with management. Management did not agree with him.
In terms of their long-term plans, apparently.
They'll be very happy in Houston.
This is according to sources. We don't have insight into that.
He'll be very happy. He'll be very happy in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Is this according to Jeff Pastor, well-known MLB reporter?
This is according to Jeff Friscato.
Gotcha.
All right. So we've got the Brewers and the Cardinals left. Why'd y'all leave me for last?
Well, it wasn't on purpose.
Well, not necessarily last.
The coin decided.
JR's got me last. All right. You want to do the coin? Brewers, Cardinals?
All right. Heads. Good.
Yeah.
Tails.
Beating the
bad.
Brewers. And he's not going to say what's
It's
happening.
tails. Where are we putting the Cardinals?
Yeah.
The Cardinals are at 7 for me because, and that was the coin flip I just did between who was going to be 6 and 7. Sorry, Andrew.
No, you're not.
I don't care actually, so you're right. I guess I'm not.
I have them in 4th.
I've got them in 6th.
Really?
You have me in 7th. What are you asking for?
I coin flipped.
The Cardinals just suck.
I have the Cardinals in third. I think
I can't fathom putting the Brewers at fourth, ahead of the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to be pretty good this year. Knowing that Angie didn't ultimately end up trading Wynn and Flaherty and some of those guys, I think it's still a pretty solid squad.
I should say the original coin flip, by the way, with the Rockies was between Cardinals Rockies and which side of the Giants they'd land. But then I decided to do a second coin flip, and you lost both of them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that's the only losing I'll do this season. I do have myself in fourth, but I will say, just a spoiler for my playoff selections, I don't have them Cardinals making the playoffs. The Allenson injury really hurt. And if Allenson wasn't hurt, you would not see players like Wynn and Leclerc on the free agent block, because I would have been more aggressive at winning this year. But with Allenson out for pretty much the entire year, I was seeing if I could do like a soft reset kind of year, which is kind of what I did moving Meadows for Armendariz. But I think we'll definitely be better this year than we were last year. I think we ran into a lot of bad luck, especially offensively. And except for Rodecker. Rodecker is a stud, and he did not have a down year. Everyone else pretty much did. But yeah, I think I finished in fourth, and I'm out. I'm on the outside of the playoffs, though. And then Brewers. So Aiden has the Brewers in fourth, Brenden in sixth, as well as Tim. JR has them in last, and I have them in fifth.
A lot of variety in the NL West.
All right, so JR, why do you have them in last?
There just really isn't anything about that team that gets me excited. Jay Hill has tried to tinker with that team a lot, I think, to try to get the right mix, but right now it looks like, potentially his fifth starter is maybe Matt McClendon, who he just picked up, within the last, week or so, from the free agent market. So I don't know. I just don't see much there to get real excited about for this season.
I like the moves that the Brewers made this offseason. I think they definitely got better, whereas I think the Giants didn't really do anything to improve. And so I think that's where the Brewers jump ahead of the Giants for me.
I just felt like the Brewers, for me, they always find a way. Like I say that a lot, but I do feel like they always find a way. And for me, they're going to make a move late. They're going to do something to give themselves that little bit of a boost towards the end that I think they'll be able to jump. I don't think they make the playoffs, but I think they get a considerable 80 wins, 85 wins.
Yeah, I mean, you say always find a way, but the last two seasons they've been in the 60 wins.
Yeah, I just don't find them to be a very interesting team. And I think that they are severely outclassed by the competition in their division. Like you have an up and comer, definitely not ready to be good yet. Rockies, you got the Cardinals, who I do have below them, obviously, but that's just by pure coin flip. You have four really good teams at the top, a Giants team that's solid all around, and it's a hard division to be good in.
So what you're saying is you don't actually think I'm a seventh place team?
I don't know. The coin does.
I'm trying to get him to say it. And he's not saying it. All right.
You don't speak for the coin. The coin speaks.
I am the Brenden, and I speak for the coin.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So with that being said, let us go through I guess technically the wild card teams that we need to go through, because we all see who the division winners are. Aiden, you want to run down your wild card teams real quick?
Yeah. So obviously, I'm going to start in the AL. The Guardians make a wild card spot. The Angels make a wild card spot. The Mariners make a wild card spot. And your Texas Rangers make a wild card spot. Then in the NL, I'll give you the Reds will make it. Cubs will make it. Phillies will make it. Dodgers will make it, but the Dodgers will only make it on a tiebreaker over the Marlins.
Ooh. All right, Brenden.
All right, Guardians. The Rangers. Mariners. Astros. Reds.
Oops. Oh, stop doing that.
Jesus, dude.
Why is it doing that?
You are struggling big time.
And I work on spreadsheets for a living, so this is embarrassing. Okay.
The Dads.
The Dads.
Marlins. And Phillies.
Ooh, interesting. All right, Tim.
Cleveland, Yankees, Angels, and Astros.
Thank you for doing what I could not.
And in the NL, Cubs, and then Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and Washington.
They are.
Guardians and Rays, and then Angels and Rangers.
By the way, I want to point out in my AL East predictions, I maintain my belief that the Orioles will have their third straight 81-81 season.
Consistency.
Hey, Eddie's supposed to do the bold predictions.
Oh, I wonder if that'll be his bold prediction.
Yeah, he probably stole his thunder.
Spoiler.
He'll have you for 82 and 80. It's going out on a limb.
Then
But
in
you'll
the
win
NL,
3 in a row to make it.
or maybe you'll be 80-80 and 2. So
Ties in baseball.
yeah, there's no more ties. Yeah.
That's my controversial opinion. I want ties. I want games to last no longer than 10 innings.
No, it's dress casual. No ties.
I love ties. The tie is the greatest outcome in a sporting event because it means that nothing happened. No positive momentum was gained.
That's
All right,
that's a game tonight between Portland.
You know what
and,
the most exciting score is in any major sporting event?
What's that?
A 0-0 soccer draw.
You know what? Hey, the greatest football game of all time, like that I've ever watched.
2-0?
In my time. No. 6-6, Arizona and Seattle, Week 7 of the 2016 regular season.
Ugh.
6-6. There were 3 field goal attempts, and there were 2 blocked kicks, a missed kick, and 4 field goals made during the entire game. It was amazing.
Peyton Manning's all-time favorite game, I'm sure.
There was a ton of offense. Both teams moved the ball. They just kept turning it over.
God. Okay, back on focus, people. We're almost there. We're almost to the end here. Let's do this.
Almost 2 hours later.
Yeah. Reds, Marlins, Phillies, and Dodgers.
Dodgers.
We started this on Monday, folks, in case you didn't know.
You put me in third, but you couldn't put me in the playoffs. I've got Guardians, Astros, Rangers, and Mariners. And then
Hey, I'm not the only one who thinks the Mariners make the playoffs. 2 other people.
Phillies, Reds, Dodgers.
I've got them.
I know. I said 2 other people did too.
Oh, yeah.
All right. World Series matchups and winner. We're not going to go through every series. We'll just go through who do you think are making the World Series and who's going to win it.
Aiden.
Blue Jays, Cubs, Blue Jays in 6.
So I'm marking the World Series winners with a Z and the runner-up with a Y.
Also, Pirates lose in the first round to the Dodgers.
Considering they won't be playing in the first round because they'll have a bye.
You know what? Let me have my moment.
Don't interrupt him with facts.
He doesn't care about the facts. All right, Brenden.
All right, the evil empire makes it and proceeds.
The Pirates?
Proceeds to thoroughly dick stomp whatever team they play, and that'll be. You know what? Fuck it. Let's make it the third straight AL West opponent. Let's call it the Mariners.
Wow.
That'd be fourth straight.
No. Third straight for the Pirates.
Oh, two-faced, but it'd be fourth straight for the World Series as a whole.
Yes, and that's why I chose the Mariners because it's a new team, but it's the
Yeah.
third straight AL West opponent that the Pirates will beat.
Yep. All right, Tim.
I have the Pirates winning it all against the Blue Jays in 7. Commish will be down to a rasp at the end of this series.
JR.
Blue Jays take down the Pirates and stop the three-peat.
Yay.
On an Ed Brown walk-off homer.
Ed.
Ed.
Who's then promptly traded for Trey Griffin.
No, but I want Ed to walk in like Pedro Martinez asking who's your daddy to Cody Kochin.
I think Tom gets his revenge over the Pirates.
Tom.
I'm gonna have a World Series repeat of the same two teams, but Tom's gonna flip the script this year.
Does he sweep him? Does he sweep Pittsburgh?
Just for the fun of it, let's say yes.
Cool.
Just completely reverse last year's World Series. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our locked in predictions that you can bet on. Hairballs. I mean, not real money. Don't bet real money.
Tell us why we're wrong in the comments.
Here's why
That
you're
helps-
wrong.
Helps the algorithm, so I've heard.
And ask an insider any question you may have.
Except the form's not out there anymore, but
We can
oh,
make
ask,
it
could
you
ask
can ask in the comments. You can ask.
Yeah,
You
ask
can
in the
ask in the
comments.
comments.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can ask an insider.
You can ask an insider. That's right.
All right. Well, I've crawled out from underneath my rock. I'll see you guys again in about 5 months.
Yep.
when the O's are
That
in last
seems fair.
place.
Look, I fully expect that to happen. There's a reason.
We'll see you again.
There's a reason my name has been changed from Bash Birds to Trash Birds.
We'll come back during the All-Star game, and hopefully, unlike the NBA All-Star game, it will be interesting and meaningful.
Not.
Jeez.
Can we do
Kept
Can
scoring.
we do a second half? Can we do a second half prediction episode this year?
Yeah, see where our predictions are at the time.
Yeah.
All-Star break.
That'll be Brendan's cue to come out from his hermit cave.
All-Star break podcast.
There you
I
go.
mean, hopefully we'll do some more before then. I mean,
Yeah.
we got to have the return of the power rankings at some point, right? Right?
The coin
Yeah.
power rankings.
The coin flip rankings.
Calendar.
Draft preview.
You just need to get some like a 32-sided dice and just go at it.
Honestly,
Ooh.
A D32.
D32.
there is a tabletop shop like a block from where I work. So
There you go. All right.
Make it
Well,
happen.
thank you all for tuning in for this very long episode, but this is a staple that we had to do. We've done it every year for the past few seasons. It's almost 2 hours at this point. As Brenden is showing, we are all tired, but we hope you enjoyed the insanity that is the Podcast Pals and our predictions episode for 2029. And until next time, whenever that may be, thank you all for watching and take care.
Merch.
Merch.
y'all been seeing the pants saga that followed the jersey
Oh
saga?
my gosh.
Oh God, yes.
I'm looking
Those-
forward. I'm looking forward to the first guy who's wearing a bright pink jockstrap.
Yes. Or like a
gonna be-
neon yellow.
Oh yeah.
Brett Phillips, where you at?
Let's go.